Hey YouTube, this is Logan with Hideaway Homestead, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about coppicing. Now what I have here is a coppice stool of white oak, and this tree has put on, let's see here, maybe 2 months of growth so far. We're at the beginning of May, so in just this little bit of time, that came from a pretty good sized stump, but it's put on 6 foot of growth. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to trim this stool up and leave only 5 stems, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this grow and use it for either firewood or polewood projects. The thing is the county sometimes comes through here, or well, not really the county, the power company comes through, because there's the power lines right there, and they cut all this to the ground. I had a really nice stool that they messed up, but I'm hoping that if I keep it trimmed down and put it on a short cycle, that they'll leave the trees alone as long as I keep it trimmed up. So let me get that cleaned up and I'll show you the stool after I get done. Alright, now we've got it all cleaned up. There's the clippings right there. And now this stool here was cut completely to the ground by the power company, so it was a little sporadic in its growth. Normally you don't cut your coppice trees until the dormant season, but what I'm doing right now is I was just selecting for all the shoots that came up for the straightest ones, so that's the only reason that I cut it. I'm not cutting all of this down right now. I want to make a harvest in maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I actually left 6 stems, so I could put this on a 6-year rotation and just take one of these right here when it gets ready, cut it, and then allow a new shoot to grow. And that way every year I can get a 5 or 6 year old shoot. But I'm gonna come over here real quick and show you this other white oak that I have that desperately needs to be cleaned up. It just looks like a bush right now, so I'm going to pick out the best stems on it, and you'll be able to see a little more clearly, because I made this one and I have a stool that's just sitting maybe 4 inches off the ground. Alright, here we are after, and as you can see, this stool here is a little more defined. We can see here's the original tree, the stump, and then out the side we're growing all these little shoots. And now I cut most of these back, and this one here seems like a pretty good straight one. I was tempted to kind of just leave it, because the more you cut back and the more you focus that energy on just 1, 2, maybe 3 stems, the faster they'll grow. And that's the reason you want to do that, is you want to try to focus that, depending on what you're wanting to get. I made a video about leaf or tree hay, just, feeding leaves to your livestock, and if that's your goal, then having that bushy growth is actually what you want. But I'm wanting to get more of some pole wood out of these, so I left this one to see if it won't stand up with time, maybe, because they're kind of floppy because they were in a bush. But if not, I will cut them down and let everything be focused into this one young shoot. It'd be kind of cool too to give just a update every once in a while of how the coppice stool's going, and let y'all see just how amazingly fast these trees grow when they're coppice and pollard. But that's pretty much it. As far as techniques, I feel like there'll be more videos going into more depth about coppice and pollard. But for right now, I feel like that's enough information. Go out and find some, even if it's just some of your trash trees that you don't want, go out and cut them down to the ground and experiment with coppicing. If you like this video, leave a like. I appreciate everybody watching. If you want to see more of this, subscribe to the channel. Thanks again.